Welcome, grade 7s. This is the beginning of chapter 10. This is lesson 10.1, Expanding Confederation. Big question this time around. What factors led BC, British Columbia, Prince Edward Island, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and then finally Newfoundland to become provinces in Canada? But what were the consequences as well? The chapter concept is going to be all about historical perspective. We're going to be taking a look at some vocabulary today and a couple of other things. So stick around and let's learn something. The beginning of chapter 10, lesson 10.1. This is all about expanding Confederation. We're going to be taking a look at the factors that led British Columbia, Prince Edward Island, then Alberta and Saskatchewan, and finally Newfoundland to become provinces in Canada, and then what the consequences were of joining Confederation. The chapter concept this time around is historical perspective. Our vocabulary words: historical perspective, which is the chapter concept, prospectors, magistrates, public school, separate school, private school, Protestant school, Catholic school. There's quite a few schools that we've got here. Reserves, assimilation, residential schools, and referendum. Like I mentioned before, our chapter concept is that of historical perspective, and history is the record of the past. This is not new. You guys know this. And it's often said that history is written by the victor. History often has a lot of wars and disagreements and conflict. And it's often said that the people that end up winning those arguments, those conflicts, those wars are the writers of history. But history is the study of how we got here. And it's the study of why things are the way that they are. And that is historical perspective. Why are things the way that they are? The study of the past, it helps us to understand where we currently are right now, and it helps us to maybe perhaps predict what will happen in the future. Because it's often also said that history repeats itself. So we're going to step back and take a look at the provinces as they were entering into Confederation. Canada as a country began in 1867 with the provinces of Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. 3 years later, Manitoba is added, and still to come, and that is what we're going to be taking a look at in this chapter, is British Columbia, Prince Edward Island, Alberta and Saskatchewan, and then finally Newfoundland. All right, head over to your notebook and complete the questions for this part of the chapter.